Guys, today's story is a story of myself. Okay, if you have noted, napendanga stories zangu mimi mwenyewe, and at my side, my point of view on about the stories. So today's story is a story on how I ran away, like nilipotea kama house girl. And before you judge me, I will give you the reasons. I had my reasons to kupotea. Nilikuwa na reasons zangu za kupotea. So I was a house girl. I was a house girl in my cousins. I don't know whether they are my cousins or my aunties. I don't know how we are related, but just know we are relatives. I don't know how am I supposed to call them. I think they're my cousin. Yeah, I was a house girl in my cousin's house. Like, and if I say cousins, namaanisha cousins wawili, but they were not living in the same house. But mimi nikiingia job, I knew that naenda kwa huyu mmoja. How do I call? Let me call her Lucy. I knew that naenda kuandikwa na Lucy. So Lucy had a sister called, let me call her Yvonne. Lucy alikuwa na sister anaitwa Yvonne. So but they were not living in the same house. They used to live in different houses, like 1 kilometer away. You know, yeah, 1 kilometer away. So mimi after form 4, the next year, that was back in 2025, 2nd of February, ndo niliendanga kwa huyo Lucy kwanza kazi. And this Lucy had a daughter called, let me call her Ivy. Lucy had a daughter called Ivy. Ivy was 5 years old, and I was to take care of Ivy when Lucy is working, ama when ameletwa na ametoka shule. I was to take care of her. So mimi nikaenda na nikaanza kazi. I was to start work immediately, but the following day that girl got sick, so I didn't start the job. And the first week was very cool until ikafika weekend. Huyu sister ya Lucy, tumemwita Yvonne akakuja akasema anataka tuende kwake. I don't know whether they had planned, but I had a feeling that walikuwa wameniamulia that weekend. Tukaenda kwake, and I became a house girl in that house. I don't know whether ni venye nakuwa nimerukwa na kichwa, but I was not ready to be a house girl in that house. Sikuanga ready kukuwa house girl in another house. I was ready to be a house girl in Lucy's home, but not Yvonne's home. So tumeenda kwa Yvonne, and Yvonne decides that nafaa kumfulia nguo on Sunday. This goes to church na ameniachia zile nguo nitafua plus my bed sheets zenye nimelalia that weekend. I had no problem with washing the bed sheets that I had slept on, but kumfulia nguo, no. But I did it because I was very innocent, a very good girl. The next week, tukarudi back home. I remember we went back home on that Sunday. On that Sunday, the same Sunday, ndo tulienda jioni, ndo tulirudingi kwa Lucy, not home, kwa Lucy. And this girl kept on coming every day, every other day anakuja. And remember, this girl, I was ready to come, like, tukue close, tukue, like, you know, the cousin thing, tukue connected, but we didn't connect with those girls. So the following week, when we goes back to Lucy's home and everything is cool, this girl starts visiting every other day. Every other day she's there. And every other day she starts becoming rude to me. Without her sister knowing, I know I can tetea that lady na niseme hakuwa anajua. I can tetea Lucy and say hakuwa anajua that her sister is mistreating me. Like, not mistreating, really mistreating. She's being rude to me. And I could prepare mchele. Like, today I prepared rice, and she says she's not comfortable with taking mchele. I prepare her brown ugali. with sijui saga and what saga and terere, those things, and I could do it innocently like mtoto mjinga. I didn't know that I had the right to refuse. Like I knew that I had ningekata, but I didn't want to be that stupid the second week. But this thing becomes too much. The second week we goes back to her. The second weekend we goes back to her home. And ananiambia niende nitembe. It's on Sunday. Sijui nitembe. Like, you know how those people treat house girls? You don't know the area, but they're telling you to go and tembea. I was sleeping. Like, nimeshamaliza kazi yangu, I was sleeping. And she tells me, wake up and go sijui ukatembea sijui wapi ujue places. And I was not ready to go to kutembea. And I tell her, I don't know this place. Akaniambia, we toka, sijui mtapatana na watu tu mjuane na uko nje. And I got, nikarudi, nilienda for 30 minutes. Nikarudi. Akaniambia, umetembea kweli? Umejua wapi na wapi? And I told her, I know nowhere in this place. So I have nowhere to kutembea. I don't want to look like I don't want to look stranded like sijui kwenye niko. I don't want to look like that. And I know nikianza kutembea hivyo ndo nikianza tembea huku hivyo ndo nitaka. Akaniambia, okay, then you can wash the clothes. Akanitolea nguo tena. And this time round we were not going back home, like hatuko tunarudi kwa Lucy on that Sunday. We were going back on a Monday. Like hadi mtoto alitayarishiwa huko, akapelekwa shule huko, wakaenda job like that Monday wakanikuja. So that Monday morning after Lucy amepeleka mtoto wake Ivy shule, this girl tunaachwa na yeye kwa nyumba, and I decides to be something else. You know, when you are mad, like ukuwa na beef na mtu hakuna kitu huwezi fanya. That morning after Ivy amepeleka mtoto wake shule, Lucy amepeleka mtoto wake shule, huyo msichana tukabaki na yeye, sijui anatayarisha nini, and I decided to act stupid. So I was washing the utensils. Na yeye alikuwa anapika oats, sijui oats and what. So I decided to act stupid. Akaziekelea na akaenda kuboga. Na akaweka maji kiasi. Nakwambia niliacha hizo vitu ziugue. Like ziugue ile ya kabisa. Hadi akasikia zinanuka akiwa kwa bafu. Hakuniitanga. Like alikuwa amenote nimekuwa like nimekasirika na yeye. But she couldn't act. I had to act myself. Alikuwa anajua nimekasirika na yeye, so hangeniita niambie nizizimie moto. So akakuja akajizimia moto, and she looked at me, you know, I could see her. Naona kwa sink kuna kioo hapo mbele, so naona chini yote inafanyika nyuma yangu. I could see her. Time hajaniangalia na make sure nimemwangalia nione venye amereact. So anakuja anazizimia moto na anarudi back. Alikuja na tawe na anarudi back kwa bafu. Anaacha kama amewekelea uji. Nakwambia niliachanga hiyo uji mwagike. Like me when I decide to be evil, I become evil. So msichana sijui kama aliambianga sistake that story. And then it goes back to Lucy's home. Lucy amekuja jioni na mtoto wake. Tunarudi sasa kwa Lucy. Mimi na Lucy, that girl, we left her there. So she comes to visit the following day. And we are not talking. I'm not talking to her, but I'm talking to Lucy. Whenever she tries to say something, I'm acting like I don't know about you. You know, kitu yenye ilifanya ni msichana. Si ati, okay, niache kumuongelesha. Si ati juu alikuwa ananiambia nifue nguo. Ni venye alikuwa ananiongelesha. And she used to refer to me as huyu. Instead, you know that giving, instead of calling you my name, she used to call me huyu ama wewe. I hate that thing. Like, when it comes from someone who knows your name, like wanakujua, they know you by your names, from the first name to the surname. They know you everything, but they decide to refer you to you as huyu and wewe. I think that is the highest level of like chuki. So this girl anakuja kutembea tena kwa Lucy, and this time round haniambii nimpikie because mi nimetayarisha. This time round she's gonna take brown ugali with saga. This time round she doesn't tell me to prepare it for her, she does it by herself and she prepares. But the following day we had to shift to her home. Like mi nilikuwa nasikia tunaenda kwake and I was like, my god, why this. I couldn't tell that niachwe peke yangu, but this time round we had to go because Lucy's home was to be fumigated. Lucy alikuwa anataka kuondolewa mende, like, and tunaenda at night because tumeshakula, nimefanya kila kitu. Now we have to go to her home. The following morning nafanya kila kitu like a good house girl. Na sasa tunarudi, mimi naambiwa nafaa kurudi huko juu the house can't be fumigated kama hakuna mtu, na Lucy was to go to her job. So mimi na Lucy akienda job ananipeleka kwake. Amenipeleka kwake niende nikanini. So hapa ndo hii kitu ndo ilifanyanga sasa nichukie hiyo place na nikaamua kupotea. This is the third week and it's on a Monday and the house is being fumigated and we have to stay in her place for 2 days after the fumigation. So hiyo fumigation inafanyika mchana. This makes me okay. Singetoka hiyo, I trusted nobody. I was told trust no one in Nairobi. I didn't trust her. That lady, the one who was doing the fumigation, I didn't trust her even in a bit. So mi ninaamua kukaa kwa balcony. Fumigate the house, mi nimekaa kwa balcony. But you know that menu is too strong. So when the fumigation ikishamalizika, the lady calls Lucy and tells her I'm done, and Lucy calls her sister and says her go for Lynette, kumeshamalizika, and make sure you lock all the doors, like you lock everything. We does that. Huyo msichana ananikujia the whole yani akinikujia hatuongeleshani kwa hiyo gari. Like mi simuongeleshi. I don't know whether she wanted to talk to me, but I didn't talk to her. And hiyo siku anasema kuna maziwa ina kwa fridge, sijui imekaa for how long na inaweza expire. Akasema nafaa kuikunywa kwa sababu sijui nili inhale that thing ndio isiharibike. And I was like, you have never given me anything in this house of yours. Like you have never allowed me to take your bananas or your mangoes or your what. You had never allowed me to take anything apart from the normal food. Like sasa hiyo nataka kunipea maziwa. Nikaongoja like atoke kidogo. Nakwambia nilimwaganga hiyo maziwa kwa sink. Hakujuanga kama nilikunywanga hiyo maziwa. Nilichukuanga hiyo maziwa, nikaimwaga kwa sink na nikarusha pepa kwa dustbin. And when she was back, akaangalia akaona maziwa hayuko. Kwa akili yake akajiambia Lynette amekunywa. Let me tell you, mimi nilisema, I run away whenever I see like I'm being disgraced ama unanibeba ufala, I run away. So when we goes back to Lucy's home on a Thursday, and sikuanga na simu. So mi nishamaliza kazi zangu zote, nikaamua tu kutoka nje nitembee. Kwa Lucy at least I felt like somewhere safer. It was not safe, like haikuanga, nilikuwa na feel a little like I'm halfway home. So nikaenda kwa Lucy, nilikuwa nishajuana na watu kadhaa. Nikaenda nikaomba mtu mmoja wa duka simu. Nikapigianga my sister. Nikamwambia I was not able to tell my sister whatever is happening, but I started crying. And I told her, these people are evil. Akaniambianga, kama wanakumistreat? And I told her, yes. And let me tell you, Lucy didn't mistreat me, but the sister. And kitu ilifanyanga nipotee, instead ya kuambia Lucy nini, how her sister is treating me, is that I don't like, sipendi kugombanisha my sisters, like close people. I don't like kugombanisha close people, because they will find like you are the evil one, wameshazoeana wao, and they will find you, wewe ndio like they will find you like unadanganya ama you are doing what. That's the thing. Watu wawili wenye wamezoeana huwezi wafanya kuwagombanisha. So I told my sister, these people are mistreating me. And my sister tells me, run. Wacha nikutumie fare, uchukue Bolt, upelekwe kwa nini, kwa stage, uchukue gari, uende Thika, uchukue gari za Thika, kutoka Thika unajua home. And I told her, yes, just do it. Nakwambia hata sikuoganga. And my hair was shaggy. Nilikuwa nishabomoa nywele. Nilipanga kofia, nikachange nguo, and I carried everything apart from my leather jacket. Leather jacket yenye nilikuwa nimepata kutoka kwa sister yangu. Hiyo tu ndo niliachanga huko. Na sikuiachanga like sikuipatanga mimi nikipack manguo zangu. Sikuipatanga. So I said, hiyo haiwezi nizuilia. Mimi nikaandikia note, nikamwambia mimi nimerudi kwetu. And that is how I ran away from that home. Like, mimi hata sahi tupatane nao kwa barabara. Maybe that Lucy, my God, I almost said her name. Maybe that Lucy, I can say hi to her. But the sister, the evil sister, the mistreater, no. I hate her with all my heart. That's the only person that naeza sema nachukia. Like, kuchukia serious.